So our story begins in Gay Paris in the middle of the night as our main thief, Sly Cooper, is sneaking on rooftops to reach La Police. He gets a call from the tech nerd Bentley warning him that this is in fact a very stupid idea, the idea being to break into La Police and steal a file. The heist goes relatively smoothly as La Police have surprisingly lax security measures. Anyway, Sly manages to retrieve the file, but surprise!
Sexy! You foolish raccoon! I've caught you red-handed.
Ah, Carmelita. I haven't seen you since I gave you the slip in Bombay.
Which reminds me, you need to return the Firestone of India to its rightful owners.
And I was gonna give it to you as a little token of my... Hey, you know, that bazooka really brings out the color of your eyes. Very fetching.
You think? This pistol packs a paralyzing punch. You ought to try it. Might snap you out of your crime spree.
And give up our little rendezvous?
Plenty of time for that once you're safely behind bars.
Love to stick around and chat, but I just dropped by to pick up this case file. I think you've had it long enough.
So Sly hits the jets. And manages to escape to the team van.
You can't escape me, raccoon!
Once again, my gang and I had given Inspector Carmelita Fox the slip. I was surprised to see how well she took it.
Now, what's so special about that file? Well, get ready for a flashback, folks.
That's right, I'm about to monologue, son.
Back when Sly was a toddler, he gets his ancestral book and his father's cane passed down to him. But that same night, 5 goons break in, kick his dad in the ribs, murderize him, and steal the book, splitting it amongst themselves. Sly gets put into an orphanage and meets his besto friendos, Bentley the nerd, and Murray, who in this game is absolutely useless. Anyway, now Sly is out for
revenge.
And first on his list is Rayleigh, who has the greatest villain backstory of all time. Basically, he was a rich dude who got bored of all his wealth and decided to try his hand at piracy, which mirrors history a little too well.
Then back to Barbados, to the tedium of domesticity.
So Sly and the gang head to the land of perpetual rain.
Home! England!
So originally I was gonna do a whole series on this game, going from one chapter to another a la my Kingdom Hearts series. Check it out in the description, by the way. But as soon as I started playing, that thought instantly went out the window, as all you're really doing is platforming for the most part to collect keys, and describing each level one by one seemed kind of boring to me, so I'm gonna abridge the hell out of the missions so you guys get an extra long video describing the whole game. Deal? Deal. So Sly proceeds to platform his way to the shipyard, and the only thing worth mentioning is this crab shoot 'em up minigame, which has a very strict win condition, and get used to those. There's a lot of them in these games for some reason. So Sly collects keys in order to unlock a cannon so he can shoot himself up to Rayleigh's blimp.
How delightful! We have a guest. The only thing is, I hate unexpected guests!
Listen, Raleigh, wipe up my family and steal what's mine? You better expect company.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. How sloppy of me not to finish the job. Obviously, we should have snuffed you out as well. So, without further ado, let me make amends by what? Bloating to gargantuan size and squashing you like the insignificant bug that you are!
Bring it on.
So the boss fight consists of Rayleigh growing really big, jumping around like a jackass until he deflates and you can hit him in the face. Then after you defeat him, he instantly rats out Mugshot, the next member of the Fiendish Five.
You're no match for Mugshot, my villainous cohort in Utah.
Oh, shit! Alright!
So Sly recovers some pages from the Thievius Draconis, mainly about his ancestor Ryoichi Cooper, the ninja.
忍びです。
忍び？珍しいな。
よく言われます。女なのに忍びなんてって。
いや、自分で忍びと名乗る忍び。
Rayleigh gets arrested and now it's time to fight Mugshot.
My gang and I loafed around England for a while, enjoying the pleasant weather, and then headed back home, excited for our next heist.
Mugshot's backstory is that he was bullied when he was a little kid for being weak until one day he saw the Dog Father.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
So Mugshot started training, but like only his upper body, and every day was chest and arms day and never leg day. Then Q went back and beat up his bullies and became a real gangster. So Sly and the get hang to America, specifically Mesa City, aka Vegas.
Vegas? What the hell are we doing in Vegas?
So Sly enters the city, and yep, that's definitely Vegas, but with a fire hydrant on top of it, because dogs. Anyway, you know the drill. Find some keys, and we actually get some variety in levels, like the worst racing minigame of all time with Murray, a turret minigame, and even Carmelita shows back up.
Well, look who just walked into my crosshairs. Sly Cooper.
About time you showed up, Miss Fox. Was getting worried about you. Thought you took a wrong turn somewhere back in Paris.
The only one making wrong turns is you, Sly. I'd suggest you surrender before I paralyze you with my good friend, the shock pistol.
Now see, a girl whose best friend's a firearm's got issues. A little dinner, a little dancing. I think I can help you out.
Sounds romantic. As long as you don't mind dining in jail.
Nah, I hear the service is lousy.
Once I catch you, you'll know for yourself.
I love the kind of woman that can kick my ass.
I'm gonna hunt you down, Cooper. You can't run forever.
After collecting all the keys, Sly takes the elevator to Mugshot's penthouse, who is thoroughly unimpressed with Sly.
What? My boys have been yapping about some big mysterious dude running around cracking skulls and this is it? You're the monkey wrench in my operation? Some scrawny rat with a stick? Hey, wait a second. I seen that stick before.
Maybe when my father knocked your block off with it.
Your father? Wow! You're a Cooper? You know, that Thingus Rackamagookus had a lot of nice pictures, but way too many big words.
So you don't mind just handing it over?
What, are you kidding? You break into my place, steal my stuff, trash the joint. I feel transgressed and violated. Let's rock!
Bro, his big ass can't even walk normally. He has to walk on his hands like a Neanderthal. Anyway, Mugshot is allergic to light, or something, because the way you beat him up is by pointing mirrors at him while using the spire jump to melt his guns, and he gets so sad that he faints.
This is impossible. A little pipsqueak like you beating a big, strong bruiser like me? It ain't right.
And after his defeat, Mugshot rats out Miss Ruby, and we recover more pages from the book, this time of the Cowboy Cooper.
His specialty was the rail walk and rail slide. Moves perfected through a lifetime of theft in the Old West. Getting out of town proved to be a little more challenging than getting in. Having just missed us, Inspector Fox went for the next best thing and dragged that canine steroid case off to jail. That was the end of Mugshot's gambling empire, and Mesa City's citizens soon returned home. While me and the boys, well, we enjoyed the rest of our stay in America, and then returned to Paris, ready for our next mission.
Miss Ruby is an alligator and a witch.
Get back, witch!
When she was growing up, let's just say people didn't really find her too pleasant. So instead, she summoned zombies to be her friends. So we're going to Haiti, boys, and this place is spoopy as hell. It's nothing but swamp filled with bugs, snakes, and crocodiles. It's basically Louisiana. In the level, in order to collect keys, Sly needs to run from a big-ass snake, fight ghosts, and participate in the worst minigame of all time with this torch lighting scheisse. Oh, and we can't forget the Chicken Massacre of 2024. So Sly catapults himself into Miss Ruby's lair, and they get to talking.
I could feel that Cooper vibe a-coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly. I see your mouth a-moving, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah. Well, if jaws need to flap, then let them flap. See you in the next world, Sly Cooper.
And Miss Ruby's boss fight is unique because it's a rhythm game until you get to smack her in the face. So basically the fight goes like this.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
So as per tradition, Miss Ruby rats out the next member, the Panda King. And she gets thrown in jail because making zombies is apparently illegal due to the Geneva Convention or something.
Right on schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of zombies, made illegal in the World Peace Accord of '71, earned Ms. Ruby a life sentence behind bars.
Oh, and Sly gets the ability to turn invisible.
Ms. Ruby's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held notes from my pioneering ancestor, Slyton Common. His invisibility technique allowed him to steal from corrupt pharaohs and greedy noblemen, while the gang and I enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sunshine, working on our tans in preparation for our next caper.
So I hope you brought your tissues, because we're going to be discussing Panda King's tragic backstory. So my man was born broke until one day he saw fireworks, and that became his obsession. And when he had honed his craft, he was rejected by the nobles because he was broke. They were literally like, "Begone, peasant." So having a reasonable crash out, he became a pyromaniac.
Would you look at that? A fireworks show! Oh my gosh, that's awful! That poor village just got buried in freezing snow!
The rocket came from that giant statue, and you can bet the Panda King lit the fuse. I've got to find my way up there and fast before that lunatic squashes another town.
You know what? I'll take it back. Let's kill him. So, in China, we get another Jara section, ride a bike, and even Carmelita makes an appearance.
Freeze, raccoon!
How can I freeze when my heart warms at the very sight of you?
Oh no, he's hot!
Shut up, Ringtail. I don't know what you're doing here in China, but I'm sure it can't be good for whoever owns this place.
You must only have eyes for me if you're too blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped justice for far too long.
I'm proud to be a thief, especially when I'm stealing from a vicious extortionist like the Panda King. Open your eyes, detective. These quaint temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the same, and none of you can escape justice.
So anyway, Sly hitches a riot on some fireworks, so it's time to throw hands.
Run them hands up. Put your paws up, homie.
Insolent child. You shall pay dearly for your disrespect. Still, to honor your Cooper ancestry, I will send you to your doom with the beauty of my new firework technique, Flame Fu.
So Panda King tries to be intimidating with its Flame Fu. But just like every anime ever, fire is completely useless.
I'm so flattered!
Now, unlike his other compatriots, Panda King doesn't really rat out anyone. Instead, he dies or something. And then the gang figures out they need to go to Russia through some mumbo jumbo.
Yes, science!
And we find out that one of Sly's ancestors was apparently the Red Baron.
Hi, Flash out here. Yeah. Cancel the state funeral, tell the king to stop blubbing. Flash is not dead!
Armed with his designs, I was sure Murray would be able to make some cool modifications to the team van. A frustrated Inspector Fox, having missed me coming down the mountain, threw the Panda King in jail, thus putting an end to his avalanche protection services and ensuring the safety of mountain villages throughout China. My gang and I took a little time off and did some shopping in Hong Kong. Thoroughly relaxed, we headed home to plan our next move.
On the way to Russia, we learn about the fifth mysterious member of the Fiendish Five, Clockwork.
I began to notice something. In the 4 parts of the Thievius Raccoonus recovered so far, several of the pictures depict a shadowy owl-like figure, which looks very similar to the police images of the mysterious Clockwork. Is this a strange coincidence, or is there something I'm missing?
So basically all we learn about him is that he is Big Bird. So unlike all the other levels where you get to pick and choose which levels to tackle first, the Russia level is basically a very straight paved path. First, use the van turret to shoot some mechanical birds, then you get to collect computers by running over them with the van, after which we finally get to platform as Sly in order to rescue Carmelita. So Sly uses his climbing his superpowers to try and reach her, but...
Sly Cooper! I should have known you were behind this.
You got me wrong, Miss Fox. I'm here to rescue you.
You sentimental fool. Empathy has always been the downfall of the Cooper clan.
It's a trap, and now Bentley has to save Sly by the power of...
Hacker Man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
So Sly and Carmelita escape by walking out of there. Good job, you guys.
I don't get it, Cooper. I've hunted you for years, tried to throw you behind bars, but when you get a chance to leave me in a cage, you set me free. Why?
Carmelita, we may be on opposite sides of the law, but you're not my enemy. Now, the homicidal robotic owl that built this death ray and nearly gassed us to death, that guy's on my list.
I see your point. All right. Until Clockwork and his evil schemes are destroyed, I suggest we work together.
Together at last.
But then Sly's cane gets yoinked, and now Carmelita needs to protect him until he gets it back.
Huh, wait, I need that cane. It's been in my family for generations.
Don't worry, Ringtail. I'll cover you while you get it back. If you can, make your way to the top of the death ray. I stashed my jetpack there before Clockwork nabbed me.
Now that we're a team at all, I hate to leave your side.
Hold on. This truce is only temporary. Once we beat Clockwork, I'm coming after you.
Really?
Well, maybe I'll give you a 10-second head start.
The next level is another platforming challenge, as you have to climb Clockwork's house as it sinks into lava. I mean, that is one of the hazards of building your abode above a volcano. Anyway, Sly manages to find the jetpack that Carmelita conveniently brought, and... Clockwork is here.
Sly Cooper, you have escaped my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always? So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
What? You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting the day when I would finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Bro, Clockwork has the same motivation as Diego from JoJo's, i.e. being a petty bitch. So the next fight is using the jetpack and shooting Clockwork in the face while he attempts to trash talk.
You cannot escape me, Cooper Raccoon. My skills are superior. My intellect is refined. My experience is greater.
Nice shooting, Sly! You got him! Wow, that's one tough owl.
I don't get it. You're so familiar with my family. You must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show the world that without your precious book, the Cooper line was nothing.
Ah, well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create great thieves. It takes great thieves to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Enough, Sly Cooper. It ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father.
Man, don't let him talk about your daddy like that. Shoot him, Lee.
Can't do it, can you?
Yes, hell you can, Lee. Ain't nobody up here but us.
So eventually Clockwork gets tired of being pelted with bullets, so he decides to take a swim in the lava, and Sly pounces at the opportunity.
You direct enemy. Cooper! You will never be rid of me. Clockwork.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwork. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright.
Now Sly starts glazing his friends a little too much until Carmelita shows back up.
Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita? Looks like we're not going to be friends anymore. Now that Clockwork's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was going to slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
And that pretty much wraps up the game. But we do get a post-credit scene.
At long last, the Thievius Raccoonus restored to its original state. The first time I held the whole thing under my arm since I was 8 years old. The same weight that all my ancestors had felt beneath their arms as they had passed it on. Although, while other family members may have been great thieves, they all inherited the book. I got a chance to earn it. I had taken down the Fiendish Five, having used the moves my ancestors taught me, and become a master thief along the way. The time had come for me to chronicle my own adventures into the great book. This is gonna be fun.